What is up, everybody? Calling all angels, we are in a bit of a recap mode here. I'm already in my preliminary gear getting ready, but I'll remove the hat at least for y'all. Alright, so let's recap some business here. The final matches of July have been played. We are officially into August football. And before we get into any of that, let's recap what has happened this week. I've been holding off, waiting for the North Carolina-Orlando match to wrap up, and I probably could have just not bothered. Oh, my God. But at least it's going to get out of the way. All right, Kansas City and Louisville. This thing. I was going to say this was the worst possible game we could see this week, but then today happened. So we saw pretty much domination from the word go here. Kansas City had 2 goals in the first 15 minutes, 3 within the first 20, and this thing was basically over from there. Taylor Flint gets a token penalty kick past the 80th minute to at least end the shutout, but otherwise, Kansas City ran the joint here. Nothing really to say otherwise. Haley Hopkins and Debinha each managed 2 goals. And then Hopkins actually managed to assist on Debinha's first goal, so she was basically just a highly involved person throughout most of this game. Definitely player of the match there. Beyond that, Louisville, it looks like we're sent right back down to earth after that victory over Angel City. Any illusions that the team had of being significantly better than advertised were laid back to rest. No, Angel City just played a really bad game. And yeah, this... less said about this, the better. Yeah, good on Kansas City for getting the dub. They've got a much more interesting matchup here with Angel City coming up. The match of the end of July was this one here between Utah and Washington, and very solid effort from both teams here. VAR denied a penalty kick for Utah that could have potentially left the game even at halftime, and Washington locked down the second half, really showcased their defensive chops. And the lone difference in the score was Trinity Rodman almost a half hour into the match, and otherwise, yeah, Utah showed they can absolutely hang with the best teams. I don't think they've shown that they are capable of being the top team yet, but at the very least, they're going to be a very difficult out in a cup playoff. So playing hot might actually work out in their favor. Something to just keep in mind as we carry on here. Other than that, Washington holds to the top of the table. They've still got that edge. And that's probably going to... Well, it continues into August. We'll see what happens here as these matchups continue this weekend, and what can we expect. Will it be them, or will it be Gotham? Speaking of, Gotham holds down the fort as well. 1-0 victory there as well. This one, I feel a little bit for Bay, because it was kind of in the same boat here. Midge Purse gets a goal less than 3 minutes into the match, and that's literally the only thing that happens all game. Bay FC does manage to level the game less than 10 minutes later, only to have VAR take it off the board. So in 2 straight matches, the top 2 teams get 1-0 victories where VAR probably bails them out pretty well. It's interesting that both teams dealt with the same. But, yeah, Bay has proven to be a much more apt team than they have been. But, yeah, there is still a separation at play. I think they would have been happy to get that draw. If they had managed to get that goal in the 12th minute, who knows what happens. But, yeah, Wednesday was just an interesting one. The 2 top teams extend the lead a little bit. It's still a 2-point edge for Washington. And we will see what happens with them as they all have their own matches this weekend as well. And then to top off this expositional onslaught of, man, these were weird games, North Carolina Courage begin the weekend here. They kick it off against the Orlando Pride, and losing their striker to WAFCON has completely left Orlando catatonic. There was nothing for them here. From the word go, North Carolina jumped down their throat. Lauren Thompson gets a goal less than 4 minutes in. And then over the course of the match, Evelyn EJ decides this is just going to be her game. Runs a hat trick. 2 of the goals within 10 minutes of each other, and the third one happening almost 70 minutes into the match. It was just dominance. Ashley Sanchez getting one for good measure in injury time of the second half to continue her push to see if she can get the golden boot. And other than that, this was a walk. Same thing as with Kansas City. Like, both basically showed their chops here, and what this did actually is it vaulted North Carolina into position 7, which actually temporarily knocks Angel City out of the postseason because Orlando is still technically holding the spot by a single point. That said, that could be lost as within a few hours. Angel City matching with KC. Any result that leads to points, even a draw, will put Orlando back out of the playoff picture here. And the negative goal differential generated from this is not going to help matters either. Just been a interesting set of days. The 2 matches with the contenders were really good. The 2 matches with teams trying to establish themselves were really ugly. They were statements. There were statements to be made today. And so with that, I think that pretty much concludes all I had to say on these. One thing I do want to add in before this goes in, Liga MX Femenil also began. I only bring this up because with the way things are trending, NWSL did take a loss to the Liga MX champion last year. So these could be 2 very competitive leagues going forward, and Northern Super League potentially could get in that boat as well if Canada can start rounding its players back into the league. But yeah, potentially we might be seeing a really good North American set of football. Opening night was tonight. Only 1 match played, and that was Cruz Azul against Atlas. And Cruz Azul, my team, on both the men's and women's side for Liga MX, come away with a big victory. So the first points of the season belong to Cruz Azul. I don't know how much I'll be laying into it, but I do want to start looking into that league a little bit more as well. Maybe start working a few in. Not sure it's going to happen frequently because NWSL is going to be the fixation. However, remember there is an entire stretch where NWSL season is over and Liga MX Femenil is going to be active because they run on the fall to spring setup. So, who knows? You might still be seeing some football in that off season. But until then, let's focus on the 7 matches this weekend. This is going up on Friday night here. It's literally just going to put it up as soon as it's done. And then tomorrow, the Angel City preview, which I just recorded, will be going up. And that'll happen, Saturday. And potentially alive. I'm not going to guarantee it yet. Just because I do have a concert in the evening. So I need to figure out what's the plan for the lead up. Do I need to do anything? Do I have that window available? I would like to. I want to watch Angel City in action. But it might be one of those where I don't have like the full 90 and I'm not going to live a partial match. So if I can't sit continuously for that whole stretch, that'll be it for that. But I will be watching as much as I can of it, whether it's live here or not. And I will be paying attention to the whole events. So hopefully you all enjoy your matches as well. Enjoy the football, no matter what country it's in. And go Angels!